recording and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And then we're going to check these. I wish I could make that smaller. Okay, let's check your work. So now all I can see are your names. So I'm going to be calling on you guys because I want you to help me. So I'm going to start with Bella. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Bella. And I want you to tell me the first thing that I should do.
You should write the thing like this number sentence like that.
Vertically. Good. So I'm going to rewrite my problem. 678 times 7. And Bella, what else do I need to do to make sure my problem's set up correctly?
Add a work line.
Very good. Add my work bar. Let me just make sure. Yeah, all right. So we're all set up. Okay. Carson, what's my first step?
Sure. Do your number 7 times 8 equals 56.
Okay, Brian, what's my next step?
Seven times 70 equals 490.
Very good. And Carter Sefchok, what's my next step? Carter, next step?
You do 7 times 600. Which equals
Tell me what to do. If you don't have it done, you take off the 2 zeros, put them in your answer, and you're left with what basic fact? Carter, what fact are you left with?
6 times 7.
What is 7 times 6? Well, we got to work on these facts. Gracie? Cooper?
42.
Okay, so 7 times 600 gives me 4,200. Trace, when you add up all of these partial products, what do you get for your final answer?
4,746.
Correct. Raise your hand if you also got 4,746. Whoa, I see lots of hands. Good job. Very good. Okay, let's go. Any questions before we move on? Go ahead and unmute yourself if you have one. Okay, I'm going to try to get as many people as we can involved today. So we're going to set up this next problem. Hopefully you already have this done. If you don't, just check your work. Draw that work bar. And let's have Chase start me off.
Start off by multiplying 8 times 2 equals 16.
Very good. So now I'm going to put my 16. And something that's important that I think I've mentioned to you is make sure your equation stays on the same line as your partial product. It helps to keep you organized. Okay, Reese, you're next.
Okay, so next you do 8 times 40 equals 320.
Very good. You take off that 0, put it in your answer, and you're left with 8 times 4. Make sure when you're putting your partial products over here that you're lining up your place value. Okay, Corday, you're next. What do we do next?
Add 8 times 4.
Well, we already did the 8 times 40. Come on, you're the wrestling guy. 8 wrestled the 40. Now who does the 8 wrestle?
For free.
Right, but remember, that's not a 3. It's
That's 300.
There you go. Okay, so Corday, when I have a big equation like 8 times 300, how many zeros can I take off?
2.
Okay, I put those in my answer and I'm left with 8 times 3 equals what?
Hmm.
Come on, you know this one. What's 8 plus 8?
8 plus 8 is 16.
And what's 16 plus 8? Count up 8 more.
16 plus 8.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
22.
23, 24. So it's 8 times 3?
24.
There you go. Let's keep working on your facts, okay?
Okay.
Now we're going to take this and move it over. So I put my 0, 0, 4, 2. Now we add them up. Finn, what do you get for your final answer?
3,236.
A little bit louder, honey.
3,236.
Very good. 2,736. Let me see your hand if you got that one right. All right, I see a lot of people that are going to be ready for next week. New stuff next week, new stuff. Okay, last one. 267 times 3. Nevea, start me off.
3 times 7 equals 21.
Sarah, next.
Wait. 60 times. Wait. Oh. My number doesn't look right. Okay, I'll
Let's
just look at
start
the
here. So
screen.
we always start on the bottom. So we have this, we have like the same pattern. So let's start with the 3 and it's going to wrestle this 6. What's the value of this 6?
60. My paper
Equation
wasn't just
3
like
times 60. So how would I solve this extended fact?
so. You'd cross out the 0, put it in your answer, and then 3 times 6 equals 18.
Very good. So 3 times 60 gives me 180. Riley Roach, what's my next step?
Do 3 times 200. Which equals 600. Wait. Yeah, which equals 600.
Good. Okay, Hayden, what's my next step?
Add them all up.
Very good. Okay, so Hayden, add up my ones place for me.
1,
Good. How about my tens?
10,
Okay, so I put down my 0 and carry my 1. Now add up my hundreds.
8,
So Hayden, what's my final answer?
801.
Very good. Very good. Raise your hand if you got that one correct. Cooper, did you have a question or were you just raising your hand to help me out?
Help you out.
All right, I see lots of hands up. Great job. Okay, so now that we've done, you did 3 problems. You did an exit ticket for me. And if you didn't meet with me at 12:30 today, that meant you were on, as long as you turned it in, that you're on the right path. Is any questions from anyone after we've done these?
No.
Okay, I'm going to bring everyone back. Hi,
Hi.
how was that, Miss Jameson?
We finished up in perfect timing. I had a lot of thumbs up. Everybody said They did well. Some people confuse some digits up here, and I said it's very just important to double check whenever you're rewriting the problem. But that's a simple mistake, a simple error.
You know what I think the major problem that I've seen, I'll tell you guys, look at me. Two things, two problems. One, your facts aren't quick. So you're spending a lot of time adding numbers over and over and over again. You have to practice your facts. The only way you will learn them is by practicing them. Second problem is you're getting things wrong when you don't want to write things down and you're trying to just do it in your head. This isn't the mental math part. The facts are the mental math, but you have to show your work. So you're going to see that there's going to be times where if you don't do work, just like if we were in school, I'm going to say, hey, guess what? You have to do it over, because when we're at this, in this type of situation, I can't just come around and peek over your shoulder at your work. You have to send me pictures, hold it up on the screen. That's the only way we're going to make sure you're learning at home. Okay, so I'm going to, that is really all I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to start anything new on a Friday, especially because next week we're going to be getting into a lot of multiplication and a whole new method, a method that your parents are going to be so happy to see because it's probably the way that they were taught. So if you look at Friday's folder, this is what we did. We checked these. The next thing that you have to do, Chase, is what? What's next on the list?
Lesson 7, sprint A and B.
Does that mean what if you say, oh, I already started my timer for 1 minute and did those earlier in the week? What are you supposed to do today?
Finish them.
Finish any problems that you were not able to do in the 1 minute. Carter, after you're finished with your 11 sprint or your lesson 7 sprint, what do you do next? Come on, unmute yourself.
Map accelerator.
Okay, here are the directions. Next week, you're going to have to do lessons on this. I already assigned them to you. I can see when you're on here, what you're doing, and how long you've been working. So if you don't get on this weekend, I will be bothering your parents to make you get on. So it's only 1:20 right now. You have more time than ever to do this today. And then after you're done with Map Accelerator, the last thing that you have to do today, Maria, is what?
Fact fluency
Fact
practice.
practice. Yep. Maria, what operation should you be practicing?
Multiply.
Multiplication. Very good. Anyway,
Check.
your choice. Yes.
I already did Map Accelerator.
I already did Map Accelerator too.
All right, I'm going to get on as soon as we get done here, and I'm going to check. Raise your hand if you finished science already. I'm going to post on Dojo when we get off here just to remind your parents, science is due today. Science is due today. Okay, I'm going to stop recording.